that pivotal inflection point came to me when we were together in Peru and we were hiking Mount Salcante, and you being the national tennis player and our guide just like went along, and me who hadn't taken care of my health was struggling to even take another step, another breath. And you decided to leave me behind, and you told me that, hey, listen, you gotta wait, you can't get to that peak. And knowing how competitive I am, I'm like, why can't I get to that peak? And I kept pushing myself and pushing myself to the point that I was almost about to break down. And I had this really magical, almost out of body experience where probably the higher version inside me, or this little voice inside me, was like, is this it? Are you just going to give up? Are you going to die of a heart attack? Are you going to give up on life? And it made me realize how fragile we are as human beings,
Yeah.
being surrounded by those hummingbirds, being in the mountains with the horses and watching the condors fly over me. They were asking me to take a leap, to surrender, And I was like, you know what? I have to give myself a chance. And I ended up becoming a trauma informed breathwork instructor. I had always been a Reiki master and had never allowed myself to use that skill because the scientist in me couldn't prove it. But when I reached that portal of sort of unmasking and unbecoming and awakening and allowing myself to discover my truest self, all these different skills of energy and sounds and breath meditation that had been used for thousands of years and being lost in the Western world of artificial intelligence and technology and therapeutics, where we're just going around putting band-aids on us without really addressing the root cause. I found so much joy in that I started doing it for fun. You were one of my first guinea pigs, and I'd love for you to share your experience. But, like, as you remember, 2 years ago, we just started doing workshops and inviting friends and family over, and each and every person started having these breakthroughs, started releasing things that they were carrying for years and years, things that you can't just talk your way out, you
Mhm.
know things that were just trapped inside us from generations, the limitations, the foundations that we were putting on ourselves going forward while looking in the back mirror.
Well, that is amazing. And that essentially is the mission of Tattva Health, to be a bridge between your heart health, your emotional health, and really giving the people the skills they need to integrate that to live their best selves. Because, one part of transformation is definitely embracing the emotions and the pain and the suffering, and what that leads to is your breakthroughs, is your ability to step into the best version of yourself. So, while we talk about holistic wellness and ancient wisdom and modalities, I think it's going to have a ripple effect in how people lead themselves, lead their families, lead their teams and their corporations. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful to see how it all unfolds.